Here are my tomato string trellises. Got 3 rows of tomatoes. Here we have my cherry tomatoes that are about 7 feet tall. You can see just thousands of them getting ripe. And to my horror, I accidentally planted an early girl tomato in the spot designated for my cherry tomatoes, which is sending my OCD through the goddamn roof. But everything's turning color. Then for the rest of the row, between every stud, there's 3 plants. As you can see how tall these are. These are my sweet Tangerine Hybrids. And as you can see, they only go up about maybe 4.5 feet, if that. You can see where I ended the string trellis, thinking that they were going to get bigger, but they never did. But these are really cool tomatoes as they turn a really beautiful orange color. And they're really sweet. But knocking out the rest of the row is all tangerine. Here's some turning color right here. Probably harvest these today. I pulled a few that were just really orange turning, well, really yellow turning orange, and see, like these 3 I can probably pick. But people that have been eating the tomato sandwiches tell me that they're really sweet and really good. My wife had one, and she asked me immediately if I could plant these every year. But you can see how many come on all the plants. I mean, just tons. Again, that's sweet Tangerine Hybrid. I got them from Burpee Seeds. Everything's starting to turn now. The other side of my cherry tomatoes. Just see just so many of them. And then my other 2 rows are just early girl tomatoes. That's what I use for my salsa. They never let me down. They always grow 8 feet or more. Got to top them. But really not much blight to speak of, as my trellises are allowing plenty of maximum airflow to go through. So there's no mold. It doesn't smell like mildew. It doesn't smell like any kind of mold or like wet water or just like a wet basement smell or anything. Just straight tomatoes. Harvested a lot of these already, but they're all going to pop all at once because they're indeterminate. I'm sorry, they're determinate. Here are my pepper plants. These are all jalapenos in this row here. Except for the last 4 are habanero. And I got my Anaheims. This little guy's starting to grow. Had a problem with this end of the row all season. I don't know what happened. And you can see here, I'm guessing it's probably root rot. See how beautifully green these all are? Everything. And then all of a sudden we just got this yellow pepper plant right here. Got a couple of them in this row, but these are Anaheim Peppers. Got pods on them all. There's a lot of them. I harvested maybe a 5-gallon bucket or more worth yesterday. But see, these 2 plants here are turning a little yellow. And I feed them every 2 weeks with bone meal and blood meal. I don't know what's causing this. Maybe it's something with the roots. So then I had 2 rows of just Cubanelle pepper plants. 2 rows of Cubanelles here. And then I have all my pumpkin plants. I got 3 rows of pumpkin plants in here. I have Big Macs, 1 row of Big Macs. I got a couple Casper pumpkin plants, the white pumpkins, nice big size ones. And I got Connecticut field pumpkins. This is the most. They sell the best, so if you can see, there's pumpkins in there. There's a white pumpkin. There's probably 40 pumpkins that I can actually see growing right now. It's just a sea of green. They were all direct sown. There's probably 30 something plants in here. 30 seeds is all that took. You got to keep up on it because they want to grow out over your hose line. They want to grow out over top of where you're going to be walking. So as hard as it is to have to cut them, you have to. Got to have them trimmed up so you can walk. But you're pulling out like pounds of vines at one time when you cut them off, and it's like you put all that work into growing them. It's hard to want to trim them up. There are just bees everywhere out here. Flowers on everything. The one problem I'm having is I'm having a little bit of a blight problem on my cucumber plants. These are straight 8s. I'm in zone 7. And every year I seem to have a problem with the blight. And I feed these, I water these, I take very good care of them, and every year it's a blight. I don't know if it's because I'm using straight 8s. Maybe I should be using something else, I don't know. But just coming over the other side of my trellis. So that's my garden so far for 2014, totally maxed out. Here's my line work for the year, my early girl row. Another early girl row, all the way to the top.